Hi friends, welcome to another weekly video brought to you by dataplatformcentral.com. In this edition of our weekly video, we are going to look into an Azure Synapse tip. We'll see a popular scenario, which is how we can implement a Spark-based recommendation engine inside an Azure Synapse Analytics instance. As you are probably aware, Spark is very powerful and can be used for performing resource-intensive data processing. And Azure Synapse instance includes a Spark pool that can be used for performing many resource-intensive data processing techniques. So let's see a typical scenario where we are going to use Spark to implement a recommendation engine for a movie inside an Azure Synapse Analytics instance. So let's start by looking at the scenario that we have on hand. The scenario says that a project requires setting up a recommendation engine inside an Azure Synapse Analytics instance. The incoming data needs to be processed through the recommendations engine and the results should be persisted inside a database so that it can be later utilized for visualizations inside a tool like Power BI. So we are going to build this persistent storage, which is nothing but a table inside a Synapse Analytical instance. And we will be making use of the Spark pool for doing the recommendations engine processing over the data. So let's see how this can be implemented using a simple Azure Synapse Analytics instance. The setup for this illustration consists of an Azure Blob Storage account where we will hold a file called Moviedance Ratings that contains the details about the ratings given to the movies by different users. The sample data for this illustration is taken from the famous MovieLens database. And the ratings file will look like this. It will contain 3 columns which consist of the movie ID, the rating and the user ID. A single row in this indicates a rating given by a user for a particular movie ID. And in our Azure, we will also have a Synapse Analytics instance which will have the built-in serverless pool and also a Spark pool which we will be creating. And in this Spark pool, we are going to implement a logic for doing the recommendations based on the movie ratings data that we are going to upload from the Azure Blob Storage. So we have already uploaded the file to the Blob Storage and this will be utilized inside the Spark pool for doing the required processing. And because it is inside the Spark pool, we will be using PySpark related code for performing the required operations. So let's go and see the notebook that we will be creating for this purpose. So the notebook for this purpose will consist of 3 cells, and the first 2 cells will be for clearing the required table. So we'll be creating a persistent storage, which is a table inside our Spark pool, and we'll be just clearing the tables beforehand just in case the table has any previous data. So we'll be rerunning this recommendation engine based on the changed data. In the actual case, we can configure to get the data based on a dynamic file. For this illustration, I will be using a static file for performing this analysis. So if you look at the main cell, we will be using some pandas related functions here. So we'll be importing pandas, and there will be a set of standard Spark code which we will be using for generating the recommendations engine. And the code base for this is taken from a famous blog written by Shashank Tiwari, and it is using a PySpark based logic for implementing the recommendations engine. A part that we are interested here is how we will be integrating our Azure related file data onto this logic for generating the recommendations data based on the movie ratings that is coming through the file. The first part for this is to read the data from the file. For that, we'll be using spark.configuration.set to set the credentials for reading the file from my Azure Blob instance. So if you see, the first part will be the blob URL, which will correspond to the name of my blob account and the standard URL, and then followed by the account key. So the important part here is the name of my blob storage account which I have created, and the second part will indicate the account key. Both of these you can go to the blob storage account and get it. So this is if you go to the overview screen, you can see that URL for that. So this is the name of my blob storage account, and for getting the account key you can go to the access keys and you can click on show keys and copy the key from here onto this code, so that we'll set the configuration using the required credentials. This step is not required if you have enabled anonymous access, but in the actual case we won't generally do that. So once you set the context, then all you need to do is you need to read from that file. So for that purpose we'll be making use of spark.read.format, and here we are using a CSV file as a source, so we'll set the format as CSV, and the first row will contain the header information, so we'll set the header option to true. And also we need to make sure that the data types of the columns are being determined correctly. For that we will set infer schema also to true. So once we set these three options, it will ensure that it is going to read a CSV file which is having header as the first row, and it will automatically try to determine the schema from the headers. Depending on the data, it will automatically generate corresponding data types for the columns. And then we will have the load functionality where we will pass the full URL for that particular file. So the full URL for our movie lens ratings CSV file will be accessed like this, which will have the name of the container inside which the file contains, and also the Azure blob account name. So once this is read into the Spark, then what we do is we will be saving it inside a temporary view, and then we'll be writing it onto a table which is having the same name, movie ratings. And when you use this save as table to save it as a table, it will be saved as a table inside the Spark instance, the Spark pool that we create. Now once this is done, we will be creating a training data based on this, and we will be dividing the data into 80% and 20%. So training will consist of 80% and the rest 20% will be used for testing. And initially using the testing, we will be actually generating the estimated ratings using ALS function. So these are all standard functions within PySpark which we will be utilizing for generating the rating estimation, and based on that we will be generating the evaluator to see the errors that is arriving. So for that we will be using RMSE or root mean square error to see how effective is our recommendations engine. This is a method of evaluating a recommendations engine. All these are standard PySpark functions. Here we are not much interested in this logic, but rather we are looking at it from a high level perspective on how we can implement a similar recommendation logic inside as Azure Synapse instance using the Spark. So we saw how to generate the estimator ratings using ALS function, and then we saw how we evaluated it using root mean square error. And once we have done both of this, we will be then generating the predictions. So you can evaluate the predictions using this. So once we evaluate it, we can see that how much accurate is our prediction. So once all of this is completed, then we can save the predictions, whatever recommendations that is generated based on these predictions, and we will be based on the prediction value it generates, the one with a higher value which will indicate more similar to the one that you pass. So based on what a particular user has seen, he will be provided a list of preferred movies as a recommendation. So that is based on this prediction value that is generated by this code. And finally we will be saving the movie recommendations in a separate table inside the Spark pool. So this is what is happening inside our notebook which is created inside Synapse. So when we execute this notebook, what you can see that once the notebook has run, we will have these two tables available inside our Spark pool. One table will contain the original data, which is the movie ratings, which is the ratings given by the different users for the movie, which we loaded from our Azure Blob Storage. And the second one will be the predictions generated using this PySpark code, and based on the prediction it will be generating the recommendations for movies for each of the users. So those recommendation data will also be stored in another table called movie recommendations. So once this processing is completed by the Spark pool, we can make use of these tables to get the data into any of our tools. So in this case, we are going to use this data for visualization inside our Power BI instance. So now once this is finished running, we can go to the data tab once the processing is done, and once you refresh it, you can see that the Spark pool will have two tables. So the Spark code has now executed. Now if you expand the Spark pool and the tables node inside that, you can see the two tables which is generated by the Spark code. One will contain the original ratings data, another one will contain the recommendations data based on these ratings. So once we have these two available inside the Spark pool, because of the way the metadata is managed within the Synapse Analytics instance, the same two tables can be accessed through the serverless default pool into any of our visualization tools. So what we can do is that we can now go back to the Power BI, open a new sheet inside Power BI, and let's see how we can access these two tables which have been created inside our Spark pool. Let's open a blank Power BI desktop now and click on Get Data. And now let's try connecting to the on-demand SQL pool which is there by default inside our Azure Synapse instance. So go to Azure, select Azure Synapse instance and click on Connect. And when it asks for the URL, let's go to our Azure portal, go to the Azure Synapse Analytics overview page, and we have the serverless SQL endpoint available here. Copy the serverless SQL endpoint and let's come back to our Power BI sheet and paste the on-demand SQL pool URL and click on OK, and it will prompt for the credentials. Assuming you have already logged in into the Azure portal, you can use the same credential here also. Once the credential is entered, you can see the default SQL pool which is under your Azure Synapse Analytics, and you can see the two tables under that which we have created using the Spark code. So we can select the two tables here and click on Load so as to add the two tables to the Power BI model. Now we can also add the reference data for this, which is the movie data, directly onto our Power BI model from an Excel sheet. And once we have added the data, we can set up the required relationships between the ratings and the recommendations to the corresponding reference data, which is a movie. Once that is done, we can go back to the model and add a ranking expression based on this prediction value, such that for every user that we are going to select inside the Power BI visual, it will automatically show the top recommendations for the movies based on this prediction value which is generated. So every time when you select a particular user, you can see all the recommendations for that particular user for different movies based on his previous watching experience. So if you try to display the master data inside a tabular visual in our Power BI, we can see the data like in this screen. So it will consist of the titles of movies which will be predicted for each user as a recommendation, and if you see the prediction value, it will show how much the movie is similar to his previous selections. So higher prediction value means it is more close to the movie that he has previously selected. So this method helps us to generate a recommendation related data inside our Power BI by utilizing a Spark pool that we have created inside Azure Synapse Analytics. And the result of this recommendation engine will be persisted inside our Azure Synapse instance, which we used and accessed through the on-demand SQL pool inside our Power BI model so as to create this visual. Hope this illustration showed you how we can make use of the Spark pool inside Azure Synapse Analytics to perform resource intensive computations like this. And also we saw the tight coupling between the Synapse Analytics Spark pool and the on-demand SQL pool, through which we could access the tables created inside Spark pool inside our Power BI model. I'll be giving the link in the description for anyone who wants to refer to the PySpark code which we used for generating the recommendations engine. Hope you found this illustration useful. As usual, feel free to subscribe to my channel and click on notification icon to get notifications on future videos. Meet you soon with another useful tip like this. Till then, bye and thank you for your time.